What's up, traders? So, weekly outlook video. Man, we only have a couple weeks to the election here in the United States, and that is the biggest thing that's going to happen in the markets in quite some time. So we'll go over some charts here in a second. So let's take a look at some of the data that we have, and it's a pretty big week. We have some Bank of Canada on Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday, though, are going to be pretty chill. So I would say, and right now, a lot of the price action has been, not too many things trending too hard, although the dollar is showing some significant strength going into the election here in 2 weeks. So, but Wednesday, Bank of Canada. So this is I think it's going to be a pretty big market mover. Thursday, we have some inflation out of the Eurozone as well as the UK. So that's going to be pretty significant. Unemployment claims. So sometimes not so much of a mover, but I think it's going to be a big deal because it's going to be the last unemployment data before we go into the election, right? So a lot of these numbers end up for the past all year really showing a lot lower than they are, but then, getting revised down the road. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case for unemployment on Thursday. But other than that, we have some flash manufacturing PMIs, but, that's really it for the U.S. data. Core retail sales coming out of Canada. So, a lot of, one of my favorite pairs to trade too is DollarCAD. I love this pair specifically because being in trading the New York session, and you can really see the dollar strength reflected in this chart. Now the way I trade is I have my moving average here, my envelope, momentum indicator that I created in the entry confirmation. So this is kind of my setup across the board. Now, you can see the dollar strength by just how bullish it is, especially with CAD. So now I trade a lot with Fibonacci's as well. So if I take my fib from this high to the low, we are right in, what I call kill zone. And, you see this a lot in ICT and stuff. So I use ICT, but specifically for these zones right here. And that's really like the extent of it, so we were talking about it in one of my Telegram groups that, you take what you can from, say, a training or a system or strategy, and then from there, formulate your own, right? Figure out what works. So you can see the dollar strength with dollar Swiss here. And if we look at the dollar index, right, so this looks very similar to DollarCAD. So, maybe we get a pullback this upcoming week for the dollar, for this dollar strength. GU, this is really, we had some pretty decent pullbacks here. If I look at it on the, I'm on the 4-hour time frame. When I do this, I like to look at it on, when I do these outlooks on the higher time frame. But in a lot of cases, I like to get my entries here, on the hourly. You can see there's some pretty decent spots, decent pullbacks, I guess you would say. And this was, I'm not sure what this was. This was Wednesday. So big push down and retracement. So I'm going to be looking for, ideally, maybe some dollar weakness that would create a bigger retracement. Maybe into these kill zones here on the pound. Euro is just getting straight demolished as well. So it's going to be interesting too, because we'll get this pullback a couple weeks before the election, and then of course dollar strength is going to be determined, and not just the dollar strength, gold all-time highs 2,700. A lot of, and the reason being, in my opinion, is that there's just so much indecision going on right now. Between Israel, Ukraine, the election, Trump, Kamala, all that stuff. So it's going to be an interesting 2 weeks, and I would suggest maybe, you know, on the election week, sitting it out or just standing by to see what happens. So I'll be covering specifically the dollar even more and focusing on that going into the election. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out on your emails. We got some big stuff coming, and we're going to have an awesome, epic week. Appreciate y'all. Clay here from Top One Trader. Let's make it happen. Peace.